And this is a mystery box.
Or the mystery box.
What's in the box?
Mystery box could be anything. It could even be a boat.
Hey everyone, we're back again. This is the second video of box 3. So far pretty interesting. A lot of really random indie stuff, some modern stuff that my dad got at a recent comic book convention. Just really eclectic, very strange mixture. So with that said, we're going to jump right in and get started going through these. Okay. Looks like this is going to be all more of that indie stuff. The Phantom from Moonstone Comics. I know they tried to make a movie of this, like an old 50s radio character. Ninja High School, more Phantom. Okay, so this got at least to issue 10. And Chuck Dixon, I recognize that name, so I suppose more successful than I thought it was. I'm sort of just going through this indie stuff pretty quickly. Shaolin Cowboy, that is that's a title I remember. I'm not sure why I do. This cover is very gritty. I don't know if this is a treatment on the cover itself or just dirt, but I love how they advertise it as a 2005 Eisner Award loser. That's fun. Smoke and Mirror. Robin Hood from Moonstone again. Gold Digger. We've seen 10th Muse pop up a couple times. But I don't know what any of these are. These are, I think at some point I bought a box of comic books for, $20 or $30 or something like that, and it had all this Avatar, Sig, Moonstone, 5D comic books in it. I don't remember reading any of them. It's not even like full runs. It's like Twilight X War number 6. Or Ryan the Hunter number 2. So I have no context for it. Snake Plissken. If you haven't seen Escape from New York and Escape from LA, you should stop this video and go watch Escape from New York and Escape from LA. I guarantee it'll be a lot more entertaining than me looking at a bunch of terrible independent comic books that were published in the 90s. Liberality. Okay, Khazar, so it's Marvel at least. This looks like a Khazar number 1. It is. So it's number 1, but it's a 90s number 1. So effectively Generation X full water damage. Oh, very old big GI Combat. 25 cents. A 2 magazine spectacular. Oh, big hole in the cover. Look at that. And in the first page. And then in the second page it's damaged there. I hope it wasn't worth anything because it's not worth anything now. Moon Knight! More Moon Knight! I always love these. They've just got this cool... Some of them have like this noir aesthetic. Featuring the X-Men and the Fantastic Four. We've seen this one before. Moon Knight versus a pirate. Marvel Universe, Book of the Dead. These books were like encyclopedias, like guides. Who are all these characters? There's information on them. As a kid, I loved these because I would find out about characters that I never knew anything about, like Dr. Sun. This book is all characters that have died. The Green Goblin, So cool. But death doesn't exist in the Marvel Universe, so none of them are always dead. Dazzler. New Mutants 54. New Mutants, The Evolutionary War. Spider-Man. New Mutants, Captain America versus Magneto, it looks like. When the New Mutants started getting published, Magneto became a good guy, and he became the teacher of the New Mutants. So, I don't know why Cap is fighting him there. Oh! Wolverine 50. I loved this comic book as a kid because it had this cover design where the cover was... It had Wolverine claws ripped out of it. And I just thought that was the coolest thing ever. The only other thing I think I remember about this issue is Wolverine trying to go through a metal detector at an airport. And having a little bit of difficulty doing that. I don't know if I'm remembering that right. That could have been out of a different issue. But for some reason I feel like that's what happened in here. Okay. Spider-Man and Daredevil team up. Balder the Brave, #1. I loved... Oh, look at that. Cool. I'll say this. I loved Balder the Brave because I loved all the Norse stuff. I thought he was a cool character. I don't remember anything about him, but I just remember liking him. And here we have Alpha Flight #1. The Canadian X-Men, or Canadian Avengers, depending on who you ask. They've tended to team up with the X-Men a little bit more often. I remember Puck, who has a roll-around power. Think about that for a second. There's a Canadian superhero team, and the main character is effectively a hockey puck. Also Sasquatch, right? Just pretty pandery. But Wolverine and him hung out and drank all the time. That's fun. I wouldn't have expected to find this in there. I know we've seen other Alpha Flight. I just didn't think they had Alpha Flight, or my dad had Alpha Flight #1. Cool. All right, we've got one more little stack to go. Maybe if it's more, it looks like it might be more indie stuff. So if it's too much more indie stuff, maybe we'll grab a couple more. Baron Von Donut, another 10th Muse, Armor Quest 13, Atomic Mike. Poison Elves, I've heard of that. I don't know why I've heard of that. X-Men 4, neat. Looks like a little bit of water damage. It's unfortunate. Generation X. Ooh, Chuck Austin, Uncanny X-Men. Without a doubt, the worst run of the X-Men ever, and possibly the worst run on comic books ever. X-Man. This was the guy, he was in the Age of Apocalypse, and he came back. He came into the main Marvel continuity. Oh, 180. Oh, cool, look at that. Sweet. Wolverine 2. This completes the 4-issue Wolverine miniseries. This is the Frank Miller, Chris Claremont storyline we found in, wow, way back in episode 4 or 5 or something like that. We found 1, 3, and 4. We didn't see 2. Wolverine 2, sandwiched in between a bunch of independent nonsense. Wolverine 2. Sweet. That's fantastic. I'm going to set that aside. I want to make sure I don't lose that. Okay. Red Sonja, Dark Minds, Bit Torment. Ugh, Lost Squad. This is bad. Stargate SG-1, sweet. I love that show. I love that show now. I loved it then, and I still love it now. It's a great show. Beowulf with like a Geiger looking alien. Sure. Nightmare. Dark Minds. Adrenaline. And Rob Zombie's Spook Show. Ending on some high quality, but it doesn't matter because we found Wolverine 2. We finished that mini series. We found, look at that, just super conveniently, Alpha Flight number 1. Awesome. That was great. I really needed that. Really excited to see these. Regretting a little bit all of this independent stuff. I wish that we could have gone through all of this in Minnesota and decided what to send. But I suppose if we had done that, we wouldn't have as many YouTube videos, right? We need more views. Smash that subscribe button. Whatever. I think that's probably it for this one. We'll do a couple more videos out of this box before we move on. But that really doesn't matter. We got some cool stuff in this one. Great. Okay, we will see you guys next time.